I guess it's unknown technically, so Amazon here to give you guys a movie review, which is basically starring Jean-Claude Van Damme, known as it's called The Quest. It's called The Quest. I haven't seen this movie quite some time. I have not. So I figured I just basically just want to watch it and share my thoughts and my opinions and basically about this movie and review based off this movie. And so yeah. So what is the quest is basically really is all about? Well, the quest is basically it's basically all about a guy who lives out in the streets and stuff like that, and he helps these kids out, trying to give them some food and stuff like that, and whatever they do need to get them and stuff. Basically he lives on the streets of New York City and stuff like that, and they're trying to do some kind of side jobs and stuff like that they do, and basically to help provide for I would guess his family, or I would basically believe for his family or something like that. One thing I love about this movie is it shows a different side of to Jean-Claude Van Damme, and it really actually is. And to be honest with you, with this movie, basically, it kind of really feels to me it doesn't really fit the kind of style of Jean-Claude Van Damme in this movie, but it tells a much brighter side basically of the movie based off this basis that is something new for Jean-Claude Van Damme to really play it because you really don't see him play it in these kind of like these kind of different kind of styles from long ago like 1920s 1930s maybe 40s or 50s right around there because you really don't see those you really don't see really that much when it comes to movie wise and stuff like that but it is an interesting movie basically to watch. It really actually is. And generally, based on my opinion, is that I think that this movie I'm not saying it was bad or anything like that, but it was a good movie. But I just think it didn't really fit the style for John Claude Van Damme basically in this movie and stuff like that. And some people would probably will say this is basically a comparison to Bloodsport or Kickboxer, which I have not seen Kickboxer in a long, long time. I have to watch that one. Long, long time. And so basically is basically what John Claude Van Damme is basically trying to do. Like I said, he's trying to provide kids for his family and stuff like that. He's not married really tight. He's helping these kids out, and he wants to help them get off the streets. Provide homes and stuff like that for him and stuff like that. And then basically some of the gangsters knew or somehow that they took the money that some of the kids took the money that some of the kids took the basically took the money, and that's basically what they did. And yes, you did have some gangsters basically out there from a long time ago, from a really long time ago. Back then with the mafia and stuff like that, all that other stuff and stuff like that. I don't want to get into deep about that, but it was just basically a dangerous time. One thing about look at the city of itself and stuff like that, looks like the kind of style that really kind of feel like they're in New York City. It doesn't feel like that they really basically are in New York City, but it seems to be a lot more different than comparison from the base of New York City as well too. But then uh, Chris Dubois, he basically he jumped on this boat or something like that, or he must have fell or something like that, and he's been held captured prisoner. And even though some of the kids told him that he needs to go, and he said that he promised, ouch, he promised the kids that he would come back. I do apologize for that. I hit my leg on the side of my table right there. I do apologize for that. But anyways, he did promise the kids that he would come back, and that's basically what he did. And so he came back. Well, I'm not necessarily came back, but actually he did came back, but not early in, basically in the late of the movie. And then um, Chris Benoit basically gets rescued by these guys. They're not considered as pirates, but they're kind of considered as like treasure hunters and stuff like that. I guess you would say the guy named Lord Dobbs and stuff like that, and basically that he was helping Chris out to get back to where he belongs and stuff like that. And basically, that's what basically they really wanted to do. But even though Lord Dobbs didn't really have really much of a plan for him, he seems like he's just kind of like a scam kind of guy. He likes to scam his trustees and stuff like that. And what means is that what I mean basically is something was that's basically what he likes to do. He's like I said, he's just a guy who just wants to make money. That's all he really wants to do. And so, like I said before, he promised him that he would return back to America to help the kids out that were living on the streets and stuff like that. That's basically what he really wanted to do. But then Lord Dobbs basically took him to this guy. I can't remember his name. but he helps Kristoff, basically, like doing work and stuff like that around the island, and then he becomes a Thai warrior or something like that, a Thai warrior, and he becomes like some kind of big fighter and stuff like that. And then when Dobbs actually duel, or Chris Dubois, when Chris Dubois found out that Lord Dobbs was back, Chris Dubois says like, you owe me. He said, you owe me. You kept me a promise. But even though Lord Dobbs didn't want to associate with Chris, means that he wanted to get away from him because he knew that Lord Dobbs owed something to Chris, also well too. But yeah, if you know what I mean. But anyways, is which I forgot to say this as well too. Now this is basically of those movies is that where you basically all have these different kind of guys or something like that They look like they're kind of like monks. That's what they kind of look like to me. I'm not saying anything personal or anything like that, but that's what they basically look like. And basically, then you have this guy who's basically that sending out these invitations, or invitations means I'm assuming he's probably the leader of his people. Maybe he's a monk leader or something like that. I really do not know. Basically, it's a city. It's called the Lost City, where basically called the Lost City. It's basically is kind of out of a remote of a different area, which we really do not know where it's really actually at. I do not know. I don't know if it's really in Japan or Asia or other different country. I really do not know. Some people will probably say the Lost City probably never exists or something like that. I really do not know. I don't know my geography or anything like that. But all I do know that basically the tournament that they're basically going around, what going around is basically called the Gangwa or something like that. The Gangwa, or I would call it the Lost City Tournament, whatever you want to call it. And basically, it has all different fighters that has been chosen from around the world to compete and to have their prize possession of a huge golden dragon. Could be worth lots of money. And basically, I want to say here is that it's interesting. It's good. It's basically something that basically the movie. I really don't quite really actually definitely do see basically from this movie. It does has good combat, but it's not really basically the kind of like the combat that you really actually would see from Bloodsport. You really actually don't see that from Bloodsport really all that much because you really don't. I kind of prefer Bloodsport over the Quest. That's my opinion because I think Bloodsport has a lot more meaning. But I don't want to say that the Quest sucks or anything like that. I don't want to say that, but it does share that kind of value based in this movie also as well too. But the thing about this movie is that I feel like this is kind of like a rated PG movie because that's what it kind of basically feels to me. I think it's PG-13, but it's kind of like not it's kind of like a softer side that Jean-Claude Van Damme played in this movie. That's what I definitely do think because you usually see Jean-Claude Van Damme playing in some other tougher movies that he played in that requires a lot more action, and that's what it feels to me. I do not think this is a strong point for Jean-Claude Van Damme to be in this movie. That's something I really do not agree on and stuff like that. I'm not saying he sucks based in this movie, but it's just the movie just kind of lacks just a little bit based on this movie. And I think that it's a very good movie. It's good. It's good to watch it, and I highly recommend you guys watch the movie. But if I had to give my personal rating, stuff like that, I'm probably going to give the movie a 7 out of 10. That's my opinion. That's basically what I think. Basically because basically whenever Carl recalls based on this movie, it's not the best. It's not the best movie, but I definitely do think it is a good movie to basically watch. Along with the family and stuff like that. It does. It really does. But it's not really basically kind of like the strong point. I would definitely would see that Jean-Claude Van Damme plays in this movie. That's what I definitely do think. I think it's a softer movie for him, but it kind of fits like a family style kind of movie. That's what it kind of feels like. But it's kind of similar basically to that. So like I said, if you want to prefer like what would you guys prefer? Do you guys prefer Bloodsport or Quest? I prefer Bloodsport. Like I said, that's my opinion. So yeah. Anyways, that's it for this review. Tell me what you guys think. You guys agree with me? You guys don't agree with me? What is your guys' just thoughts and opinions basically going on with this movie? Do you guys pick Bloodsport or pick Quest or Bloodsport, whatever you want to pick, or any other movies based out there? So yeah. Anyways, Anyways, this is Underway. I'll see you guys there. Take care. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. Don't forget to subscribe. Please consider subscribing. Please like the button, give me a thumbs up, or give me a thumbs down, and please leave your comments below. Anyways, I love you guys. Take care. Hope you guys one day. Take care. God bless. I love you guys. Please safe. And remember, stay blessed. Love you guys. Take care.